Good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard. Let's go ahead and play that. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome aboard the Ark Lounge. It is your host and founder in this wild ride over here. Let me get these lights fixed out over here. I don't want to... There we go. That's better. All right. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Veterans Day. Some of us did have the day off today. I was one of those people. So hope you all are doing well, having a great day, having a great time. And yeah, we're going to have a little Ark Lounge. We haven't done an actual Ark Lounge in a good bit. But before we get into that, before we have everybody on Discord, hope you guys can hear me on Discord and hope you guys can hear me well. Yep, appreciate it. The wifey is on the chat. Say hi to the wife. There's Catherine. There you are. Good afternoon, Anna Becerra. Hello, A2R Gaming. Hello, wife. People are coming in. Discord being Discord. Okay, let's start this again. Give me a second. But while we're going at that, let's go ahead and start a primer here of what's been going on in the past couple of weeks. Apparently, the government. I sound retarded here. I gotta get something drink. Apologies, guys. Just had to really hork down dinner really quickly here. Let's make sure we got stream 2. Oh, everybody's coming in. Start stage. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. But before we start, from everything that has been going on since the government shutdown. That is the longest government shutdown so far. There's apparently a deal. So we made a deal in the Senate, and it is now in the House. And this is the greatest deal. Hopefully this deal will get passed. I don't know. I don't know if that deal is going to get passed or not. And at this point, well, who cares? But the thing is that it's kind of changing people's minds. Okay? And this is where we start to get back. The right wing needs to start co-opting infrastructure because it's ours. And this club, look, let's be honest. The reason why this club exists, and a lot of it is, A, we have to push infrastructure, but B, there needs to be an infrastructure, a pro-infrastructure group that is ostensibly right-wing. Because any group that is not right-wing will eventually turn left-wing. And there's enough left-wing groups out there. We're the cooler ones. We support the cool stuff. And we're doing the cool stuff. So, heck with it, right? So, let's keep going. But, Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG. Due to flight delays and cancellations, it took the Amtrak train from DC to Georgia. The sweetest people run the train. And the morning views of my North Georgia mountains made me smile and warmed my heart. There we go. That's look at that. Absolutely gorgeous ride. And for those of you who have never ridden on Amtrak, and I've been on it a dozen times, it is beautiful to see, especially during the fall season, especially going from south through into the northeast, from Miami to New York, just seeing the different changes across from Florida into Georgia, into the Carolinas, up through Virginia, into Maryland, passing through DC, and all the way up into New York. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. And I do recommend it, especially now is the time. Apparently some places are getting snow. We got snow. Pretty early to get snow, but hey. But moving on through here. Yeah, it is changing hearts and minds over here. And people are now asking, it's like, let's get high-speed rail. Let's do this. And Amtrak is getting a lot of positivity right now as Amtrak has seats, rooms at high prices, air cancellations mount. So because of the air traffic controllers and the flights being reduced near to 4% to 10% now. It should be 10% soon enough at this point. Yeah, here we go. 4% reduction in flights that began back on the 7th, and it will be 10% by November 14th. Now, I'm pretty sure, most likely, I would say with 75% certainty, this gets fixed by Thanksgiving. Because, if anything, the codgers in Congress do not like being stuck at the airport as their private planes are also stuck in line. And you guys have probably seen enough of the screenshot, and I know I had it here somewhere, but enough of the screenshot where a lot of the planes are just all stuck and lined up at Newark, and they're taking forever. 3 hours and 45 minutes of an average delay. That's on average delay. You know what 3 hours and 45 minutes does? That gets you from New York to DC on a Acela. More or less, right there. So for the delay that you stick to get from Newark to go down to DC or anywhere in Virginia, you might as well take the train. Now here we go. The going Northeast regional coach between New York and either Boston or Washington as of this afternoon was $300. Now, hey, supply and demand, so they got to do what they got to do. And everybody in the Northeast can pay the prices. They love the prices in the Northeast. They love paying for $3,000 studio apartments in New York. So I'm pretty sure they can afford the prices, especially after pushing everybody out of New York. And more people will now be leaving New York because of Mom Donnie. And we will bar everybody coming from New York to Florida. They will be thrown into the Gulf of America, and the sharks shall be happy. The sharks need to be fed. It's good for the environment to feed the sharks. And New Yorkers make a fine dining choice for the sharks. It's just part of it. As I say that half-heartedly. Anyway, Sunday prices range between $150 to $250. Okay, you guys get the point. Supply and demand there. Simple supply and demand. Demand is up. Prices go up. You can do the chart for yourself. So yeah, people are going on. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing, especially if I think this is now starting to die out. Where because here's the thing. Infrastructure building, high-speed rail, that is highly bipartisan. You go anywhere, left wing, right wing, it doesn't matter. Anytime we've done studies, anybody else has done studies, it's nearly upwards of 80% approval. That yes, we need to bring high-speed rail, we need to bring infrastructure building, we need to fix our country's infrastructure. It sucks, and everybody can see that. But now seeing this, this is where we start to win. As honestly, and I've said this before, unfortunately seems to be much more of not a left-right divide, but more of a young-old divide, where you see a lot more derision against any sort of rail or passenger rail construction from the older folks, and a lot more support from the younger folks. We've seen that multiple times at all the Bright Line, all aboard Florida, committee meetings, all that sort of stuff. Everybody who was against it, there was nobody under the age of 50. Guaranteed. And that was back then. I'm pretty sure they're all now over 70 or so. It's at that point. But I mean, this is what we're seeing. So look, and Europe is now just building more of this sort of stuff. Okay, the EU is going ahead and approving more of this. Athens, look at the map. Okay, so when people see the European Union or Europe or whatever, okay, when you see Europe, that's should be comparable to 2/3 of the United States. Okay, you can fit a lot of these countries. You can fit Spain on the Midwest. For most of the Midwest, we've done that before. I'm not going to get into it. If you guys want to see that, we can do that. But you can fit a lot of these countries into multiple regions, and it would fit. Okay, and we have a larger population. Apparently, and I've been doing the research on this, and this needs to go into another video. Too much of a population. In fact, we've way overloaded by almost 150 million people at the peak of infrastructure building in this country. That's how bad it is. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Now, as we're getting through this, and I'm trying to make sure that I get through this as quickly as possible so you guys can come on. Okay, this is something that has been going on for decades, and it's going to take decades to fix this up. It can happen faster. We can build this faster if we wanted to, if our guys were in charge. But this is something that even British Rail, okay, had advertised against. This looks like something from the 1970s and 80s. Just looking at the dating, looking at the advertisement, the black and white color. This looks like something from the 1980s. Or late 70s, early 80s. Okay? This was supposed to be a joke, right? I mean, but this is our reality. Unfortunately, in the United States, this is our reality. Look at here's I-95 in Miami. Uh-oh. Now, and I've seen this type of stuff before happen. We're not going to get into it now. They figured out, you know what? Today's not a good day to die. Let's go. It's like the Boondocks meme. You know what? We should stop when they put away their guns. Yeah, this is stupid, man. It's just that's the Boondocks meme right there. They just figure out, yeah, you know what, this is stupid. But it's just more and more of this stuff happens all over the place. New crash in Miami, Florida, 29 injured. This was back in August. 3 children after multi-vehicle crash, including a tractor trailer on I-95 on Isdale Road. Driver not yet identified. I'm pretty sure the driver has been identified as of so far, but this is a daily occurrence in the United States. Over 42,000 people died, but you're not going to hear anything about that. But this may help. That may help. There you go. We can have a drone on the top of your SUV there. Although for some people, I may or may not have a certain a present, a ho 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 present. From the lessons from Ukraine on my for the certain someone in their crossover that can't get past a red light and takes forever, like 10 seconds to like figure out that the light has turned green. That may be a certain solution. But anyway, alrighty, let's keep going here. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Yeah, and this is what we have to deal with. This is in Canada, so it's in Canadian funny money. But it's still, okay, I'm not going to go into how much Canadian money and do all that sort of foreign exchange numbers. But anyway, for average yearly cost for vehicle ownership, $8,600, which is probably about $6,000 US for a compact car. About $10,000 US for a SUV. And 13,000 Canadian dollars, probably around, give or take, 11.5 or 12. US dollars, 11.5K, to fuel up and keep your truck on the road. That's the thing. These vehicles, especially modern vehicles, take up space. They're like a member of your family. They eat more. They have to eat to get you to work. So you're stuck either way. You have to do this. You're stuck paying for the vehicle. You're stuck paying for the insurance. You have to pay for insurance. It's a law. Although millions of people get by without it, and then if you get hit by someone, say, "I no insurance, no insurance," as they smile at you, like thinking that's gonna make it go away as they smile. I don't know why they do that. Really don't know why, but they smile, and then you have to pay more for insurance. So you pay for the insurance. And then if you use the insurance, you have to pay more. So you're stuck in this cycle. And then you have to pay for gas. And it's stuck. And everybody has talked about this. Now, people are like, oh, it still beats this. And they pick like the most, like, yeah, okay. You pick like, this is a small inconvenience. Small inconvenience, okay? Compared to the reality. Oh, yeah. Oh, you still beats this. Yeah. Really? Really? Still beats this, right? Still beats this. Flippin' idiot. You just have to clown on these people, okay? And we'll talk about clowns just about in a little bit here. But look, speaking of this, these are like row houses, probably in northwestern Europe here. This is definitely it looks either like the Netherlands or London. Definitely northwestern. This is certainly not not Southern Europe, just from the architecture. But it's look at it. It's okay if a neighborhood is filled with very similar housing. The houses have to be designed well. And this is this is fine. You can there's still some walkability, and probably after you get out of this block, there's probably some place to get food or whatever and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. But then you have this is what I mean that hold on. Where's the
We are led by very, very stupid people.
All right, and let's get into this. So there was a reply by Mason Home Builder, who's at his banker to builder. So you can already tell. Hey, look at his bio. Look at his bio. Used to manage $100 trillion in New York City. Now, that's like me saying, I used to be in charge of audits of $1 billion in inventory. I'm going to be real honest right now. That's not impressive. Okay, $100 trillion. That means that you were on there and you were sharing the management. It's not impressive, dude. Not impressive. It doesn't impress me. Again, we're stuck being led by unimpressive people who have failed upwards because of nepotism. And look, that's the thing. We have to use nepotism on our side. These guys are going to use it. Dartmouth ABA ex Goldman Sachs we build 100,000 homes per year. Now, we talked about the videos, and we probably know how these houses are being built. We've seen enough videos of these crappy garbage houses being built. I'm rolling up home building companies in Ohio. Gee, and I wonder where in Ohio, who's buying up those homes in Ohio? Is it Vivek Ramaswamy or those sites? But anyway, so this absolute. Hold on.
Led by very, very stupid people.
This guy says this is the exact approach we have in building new communities. Design and walkability is of the utmost importance. This is the walkable community he's talking about. It's the same sort of stuff that we've seen multiple times, where it's 3 to 5 miles and you have to be forced to drive somewhere to go ahead and get anything. It's stupid and retarded, and everybody's like, well, JD in Ohio, walkable to where? Your driveway so you can drive wherever you want.
What the hell? Oh my God.
What a goofy.
Look at this dude.
And he's getting clowned in the comments. I clowned on him. He's getting clowned by everybody. I don't think he means what you think it means. Is this rage bait? It might be rage bait. This is a troll account. What's the point of highlighting walkability as a feature if you die? The definition of walkable is doesn't have a pit of spikes between the front door and the driveway. Shit ass design. Everybody's like, this is retarded. Okay? I don't know if this is rage bait. I don't think this is rage bait because this is how these people think. Okay? If this guy is so... Look, Dartmouth MBA, and I can say this because I did get accepted to Dartmouth. Not that they offered me jack squat! Anyway, I'm still ticked off about that, okay? I can just go ahead and I can say, hey, I got accepted to Dartmouth, but whatever. Anyway, long story short, but I'm just going to keep going. But this guy, ex-Goldman Sachs, okay? That says everything. We're going to trust somebody who's ex-Goldman Sachs. Yeah, used to manage $100 trillion in New York City. Notice how he put ex-Goldman Sachs here. You guys can see it. Notice how he put ex-Goldman Sachs all the way at the end over here. Just to get some brownie points. Gee, I wonder how that $100 trillion worked out at Goldman Sachs, buddy. No, these people are unimpressive. Speaking of unimpressive, very terrible, no good, very bad decisions. Trump is lauding over this 50-year mortgage, and everybody is just what? By the way, the etymology for mortgage, if you put out mort and gage, okay? Mortus, okay? The Latin root mortus, okay, means death, okay? And gage, okay? Gage is pledge. So that literally means death pledge. You are literally now pledging to fund your house more or less till your death. Okay? And everybody is this is bad. It's just indicative of how crap and just shit this economy is. Okay? And I'm not going to go into it, but there's multiple articles, and I'm not showing them now, but if you guys want them, we can get them. Multiple articles of so many layoffs, hundreds of thousands of layoffs that will be happening between now or have been happening now in the next several years. Okay? It's not good. Okay? This is not good. He can talk about golden age all he wants. Okay? But I mean, speaking of unimpressive, you put yourself next to FDR, probably one of the worst presidents, and I will stand on that hill. One of the worst presidents we have ever had. Okay? The man had 4 terms, didn't do anything really good, confiscated, gold and silver from people, confiscated private and got us into a war that did what? And I'm not going to talk too much about that because I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the clip. I'm not going to show it here because it's really infuriating, but the British veteran, okay? And this is very similar to the Marine veteran that we saw a couple years ago. They fought for this country. And look, it is good to have patriotism and fight for your country. That is by far absolutely a good thing to have. But they didn't know exactly what was going to entail and what this country was going to turn into. Okay? I'm not going to get too much into it, but all of them have said, and even the veterans that I've talked to, because I used to volunteer at the American Legion back in North Miami, but a lot of them are just like, what the hell did we fight for? The country is worth off. Both Britain and the United States, and even Canada, everything else, it's like it's just gotten worse. You know, they were told, if you go ahead, you fight in this war, things are going to get better. And things were better for a little bit. And then they quickly, within a generation, not even, turned to absolute garbage. Okay? And everybody's saying, look, the Gen Z stare when Pulte tells them you'll now be able to buy a house at 37 instead of 40, but it won't be paid off till you're 87 years old. And then the Dave Ramsey meme, just looking at this. Why wouldn't you just forbid BlackRock from buying up all the real estate and development? How's paying 200% in interest to the banks a win for the average American family? Going back to Mason Homebuilder, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why he is building all these houses. And then you wonder why. We'll get into that. But we need to bring manufacturing back. That's really the only way. And we can manufacture homes if you want. And look at this. These homes seem a hell of a lot better built. You can tell by the people there in the factory. A lot more professionally built than the garbage that's being built right now. I'm pretty sure those homes will last. If I throw this right at that drywall, it's probably going to go through like 5 houses. Okay? Not tooting my horn over here. I'm not like, Mr. Incredible or anything like that. But I mean, these houses are made out of garbage. Okay? The old age timber that we used to have is no more. They're using timber that it's just like basically crapped out at 5 to 10 years, and you can see from the ring lines within the timber. They don't even nail the stuff right. But yeah, and this was something that was posted by Elon Musk. I'll push this real quick.
To your house in the middle of the night within an hour, but if you go to the ER, you could wait 6 hours. Why? The federal government never tried to make plumbing affordable and accessible. You can buy an 85-inch television for $1,000, but a dialysis machine costs $30,000. Why? The federal government never tried to make televisions affordable and accessible. You can get LASIK surgery done for $1,500 because it's not covered by Medicare or Medicaid, because it's elective. But if you get a major surgery, it could cost you $100,000. Why? The federal government never tried to make LASIK affordable and accessible.
There you go. And we're starting to wrap this up over here to get to the real crux of this. This was a country that went from the manufacturing juggernaut of the planet. There was no country until now. The United States was completely unmatched until now. And I'm not going to show another China clip. Okay, I have some ideas for the soundboard, by the way, but I'm just trying to get to this real quick so you guys can get on here. Okay, I'm going a little bit over time right now, but this is the problem: is that we can start building stuff. From Zero Hedge, Trump admin to lend hundreds of billions of dollars to build nuclear power plants. That's the thing that we need. And finally, nuclear has stopped becoming so demonized and villainized. Because everybody's now starting to figure out, well, wait a second, the people who are against nuclear energy are the oil companies and all the crappy, the windmills and everything else. It's mainly the oil companies. Again, BP and Shell and a whole bunch of several other gas companies funded and sent donations to the Sierra Club to go ahead and other green energy or green other green organizations to go ahead and lobby and deride against nuclear energy, which is the cleanest form of energy by far. The only emissions you're getting from here is steam. Steam. That's it. Okay? You can stay on top of these and you clear your sinuses. You'll be fine. But I think this is the way to go is small scale manufacturing in different places. That's really going to be the start. Okay, and we're starting to see this. Okay, there are some elites out there that are doing well. Okay, like for example, Palmer Luckey is probably one of my favorite guys over here. Okay, yeah, he dresses. His speaking of goofy, this guy kind of does
look at this dude
dress goofy. Okay, let's be honest. Okay, and I'm not too far right now, but come on, it's Veterans Day. Okay, we gotta rep this nation. Okay, but. What this guy is doing is fantastic. For those of you who don't know Palmer Luckey is, and this guy he's not someone who's so high. He was more upper middle class, not someone who was in the nouveau riche or anything like that. His dad worked at a car dealership. I'm pretty sure he was high up because his mom homeschooled him, which is that took a lot of money back then in the 90s. That wasn't very took sailing lessons. That's definitely expensive. Developed an intense interest in electronics and engineering. Okay, so not entirely, let's say, like, up to owning mines and emerald mines like Elon Musk type of rich, but he was more upper middle class. But this guy made it through. He made the Oculus Rift and Oculus VR, sold it to Meta, and made a ton of money. And now he's going into warfare and drones, which is honestly he's making some of the most advanced stuff, and it's in this country, and that's the good thing. Okay, because this stuff is going to be for those of you guys who are seeing what the warfare is going on in Ukraine and Russia. This is where the future of warfare is going. Okay, and I'm glad this guy's on our side, and he's more far right than people think. I mean, if you hear him and stuff like that, I mean, he's to the right. He's one of our guys. Okay, but this is where this sort of stuff needs to be. Okay, is that we need this sort of stuff in our country. We need to manufacture, because, like I said before, we're losing our supply chain. Okay, we're down to 2 makers of critical railroad material after one plant closed in a place literally called Steelton, Pennsylvania. If Steelton, Pennsylvania is not making steel, what do you call Steelton, Pennsylvania? Guess you call it ton. This ain't none. Ain't no steel no more. But it's sad. This is what's going on in our country. We need to start building. It's happening bit by bit. You see, Amtrak here starts work on maintenance facility upgrades in Washington and Boston. Okay, good. This is something. And Amtrak is responding to the demand that is becoming now that Amtrak has. They're doing well. Okay, I'm glad to say, and I'm glad to be proven wrong by Amtrak. Okay, they are doing well, especially super well in the Northeast, and I wish they had more support from both sides. Honestly, really, this is something that we can at least help with our country. Okay, but really, the biggest problem is this. I'm gonna bring this map up again. Take this map, burn it more or less, burn the idea in your mind. We went from a manufacturing powerhouse in most states to now healthcare. Healthcare and service. That's when they mean this, we become a service economy. That's what they mean. They mean healthcare. Okay? We went from the manufacturing giant behemoth of the planet to now manufacturing chronic illness. Okay? And it's probably some of the most evil industries. Okay? Which explains why, especially anybody under the age of I would say probably under the age of 40, was either cheering or laughing, but they didn't really say anything negative about Mario's brother. Okay, somebody the event that happened in New York. It's me, Luigi. It's yeah, because this is what happens. People at some point start to get upset, and you cannot. How are you supposed to go ahead and try to change this when the largest employers in most states, it's either Walmart or a healthcare, either big pharma or either an insurance company? Okay, and I've noticed this even here in Indiana, because it's kind of been back and forth. When I used to work at Cummins was like the top employer in the state of Indiana. Okay, it's then become Anthem Insurance, and then it's become Eli Lilly, because they're selling a whole bunch of why don't we go? Whatever their version of what's the GLP-1s or whatever that they're making. But regardless, look at this. Healthcare. Casino in Nevada. Oh, I mean, it's Nevada. Come on. All right. It's all right. Okay. And then it's public university, which also kind of stems into that. A lot of these run a whole bunch of hospital networks as well. Or it's just, hey, you're indebted to all these public universities that they get a whole bunch of funding for their endowments and everything like that. But yet we still have to owe them $1 trillion. And then it's Walmart. Okay. So while people are getting sick, Walmart sells you more garbage to get sicker. So you can it goes ahead and feeds this over again. Okay, that's kind of the issue. Okay, and you see this in your state. Look in your state. I'm pretty sure, guaranteed, your state or your city is going to have. There you go. Look, biggest private. Here we are. The biggest private employer, the city's largest private employer, is Eli Lilly. There you go. And then after that, agrochemical company Corteva. Again, the companies that make you sick. And then another insurance company, Elevate. That's the problem. This company, yeah, we are manufacturing. We're manufacturing chronic illness. This is the managed mediocrity that this country has now become. It's sad, it sucks, and it needs to change. Okay? This graph, and most people will agree with this. This graph needs to flip. It needs to flip back. We need to be making things again, because this is why I harp so much on you guys, okay, to work out, because at least if you guys keep yourself healthy, you are one less consumer, one less slave to these big pharma and health insurance companies. This is how you want to stop this. You want to kill this system. We need to start helping ourselves, because little bit by little bit we can get away from this. Okay, just keep yourself. I'm telling you, this is why we want to build things again. Speaking of building, Texas is, I don't know what they're doing in Texas. A draft of first of its kind text dot plan released in October outlines the need for boosted public transportation in rural and small urban areas, as well as greater array of travel options, including rail between the state's major urban centers. So, I don't know, maybe Texas Central Rail is back. I don't know. Texas has been one of those states that has been extremely disappointing. And honestly, they should have already had high-speed rail by now. It should have been a thing. It is sad that we're not having it. I mean, it can happen. In a good timeline, the best timeline, this is what we can have. We can have Southwest Railways. How ironic would that be? The company that killed the first high-speed rail iteration in Texas. And you can go to Bucky's Station. Who wouldn't love that? Okay, who wouldn't love to go to a Bucky's Station? Now, of course, yeah, this is AI slop, but I mean, think about it. You can be able. It would rival the best konbinis in Japan. It would rival the best railway stations in Japan in terms of the food that you can get. You get the best sandwiches, the best fudge. Okay, right there at Bucky's. Do a little bit of shopping. I know I got one of those little plush beavers somewhere. Come on, these guys are adorable. Okay, come on. This could have been the greatest timeline, but we're stuck with it. I mean, hey, you never know. Okay, but anyway, guys. Alrighty, I am done talking. Let's let you guys on. Let's go. All right, and before we do that, let's look at the chat over here. Star Force 9740, welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for being nice to the wife there. Be careful. She will. We were working out today. She was. I mean, just like regular, just dumbbell curling, 30 pounds, like nothing. Benching 135. So for reps. So be careful. Don't you be mean to her. She's gonna. I won't even have to beat you. She'll beat you anyway. Ridership would increase where trains run at higher speeds and better frequency. Absolutely agree, David. And that's something that we need to help Amtrak with. Where is the third place in many suburban towns? Planers did not think to add a third place. Yep, Adam Booster. For those of you who don't know what a third place is, this is something in human geography that is called, so a third place. So your first place is home. Your second place is work. And a third place is where people used to be able to meet and get along, and like it used to be something like let's say a church, a pub, or some place where people would meet, or a bowling alley and stuff like that. And hence there was a book that came out by Putnam called Bowling Alone. Okay, that talked about the destruction of these third places in many communities. That destroyed a lot of the human interaction and community bonding that we used to have in the United States. And that's the thing with these factories. A lot of factories used to have clubs and everything after work. People would meet up or drink or go bowling or bocce ball, whatever they used to do back then. That stuff used to have. Or they used to go to the same parish. You see this all over the Midwest. Okay, you'd have all the Italians or Polish or Germans go to the Ford factory, and then on Sunday they'd all go to the same church and whatever, and then they all get together and have a whole party and Sunday feast. This is stuff that we used to have in the United States. I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday evening. Yes, Brian Rockwell fan. We hope you are. Hope you all guys are having a good time. I know I'm talking a billion miles an hour over here, but I'm trying to... 8:35. Man, I'm not doing too well. How would Southwest feel about having its own rail company along with its airlines? I don't know. I don't think they'd enjoy it, but let's invite everybody to speak over here. Let's go. Alrighty.
Good evening to me.
We're going to talk Bucky's, my friend. We gotta talk about Tracy's.
Oh, Duntrek, let me speak about it because it's something cool. Dimitri, I want you to go in the live chat and look what I just said.
Alrighty, let me check.
Look at this. It's badass. It's badass.
All right.
It's not.
Ooh, okay.
Badass.
That is badass.
Okay.
Let's see that, guys. You guys are more than welcome to
Like,
share any
look
links and
at
stuff. There you are. Metro North Railroad honors veterans, unveils 8th locomotive and heritage series. That is badass. There you go. All right.
That is
Well,
top tier.
I gotta be driving that. I'm dressed for it. This is beautiful. A new wrap on the train's locomotive pays tribute to all branches of the U.S. Armed Service, features military uniform patches, all decals on the locomotive, including the MTA and Metro North logos. The locomotive numbers and the Heritage Fleet emblem have been reimagined as embroidered uniform patches. Look at that. That is super cool. And yeah, you can kind of see them there. I don't know if we can zoom in a little bit more into here. There we go. Okay. Whatever.
Also-
It's better. Better than nothing.
Also, Dimitri, look what I caught this morning. Well, before work. Look what I caught before work today.
Oh, cool.
All right, hold on. Give me just a second over here. Somebody didn't have the stream link that I sent to them. All righty. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Nice.
Caught,
Oh, look at
caught
that.
him.
Seaboard Coastline. That's interesting. They got the old heritage.
Yep.
Look at that. That is cool.
That is cool. But it's crazy. Also, by the way, I got a Dutch train meme.
A
And,
Dutch train meme. There you are. This is why Dutch trains are always late. Oh man.
Yes,
They
the
have
good,
to
the good
back it up
NS.
in order for it to
The
zoom
good
along.
NS. Oh wait.
But I also we got some NIMBY news.
Alrighty, what's the NIMBY news? Actually, well, let's
scroll-
we'll circle back to the NIMBY news unless anybody else has anything else they want to share in the chat.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that steel tin has lost its steel mill. It would not be ton. It would be broke ton or rust ton.
There you go. That's another name.
Ooh,
Steel ton
Or
without the steel.
Megaton.
It's pretty sad.
Megaton.
Megatron.
Hey, let's not
Megaton's
forget
already
Megaton.
taken.
Yeah.
Wait,
Fallout.
Southwest has its own rail line?
Alrighty, let's see what we got over here. Ark forgot one. Adam, what did I forget over here? Wait, there's somebody. Oh, there we are. Okay, that's who we forgot to bring in. Adam everywhere. There we go. All right, we got you, buddy. We got you.
Can anyone hear me?
Hang on.
Out and clear, man.
Southwest got its own airline?
I know I let someone let me out, but okay, we're back.
Okay, we are so back, guys. Okay, David, what else do we got over here?
All right. Well, we got it coming from New York City, and in an article,
Alrighty,
the NIMBY.
Queens meeting here. Some residents say we don't want the new light rail commuter line in their neighborhoods. Oh, this better have some video because I know exactly what these residents are going to look like. Okay, I have a feeling.
Here's the fun thing. Here's the thing about Democrats and Republicans. Democrats are the old boomers and old people who haven't recognized that the party that they stood for is not the same.
You got that right.
Or they're taking paychecks from the government because they don't want to work.
True.
Either one.
Oh yeah.
And then and the ones that are all like, oh, I have to take on a second job to get by. And it's like, yeah, well, guess what? Guess how many of us over here, maybe you should find a job that actually pays well.
Well,
Maybe
one
it's not
thing
the government. Maybe it's you.
Yeah, I just want to be careful because the guys who say, well, I didn't leave the Democratic Party, the party left me. We don't want to get too diluted because that just means that everybody is just moving left. Okay? And it's like, no, we gotta move forward. We gotta move this country forward into the future. We need to just take it and just go. Just start building stuff.
If we want Republicans to be successful in public transit, the movement for Republicans for public transit needs to continue to grow.
It's the same, probably the same reason why the Republican Party lost in New York. Speaking of, since we're speaking of New York,
Yep.
it's because they are always
Mom Tommy is going to screw New York City, and it's already started.
Yeah, but that's not that's the point. The point when it comes to the Republican Party is that they've been doing the same thing since they haven't learned their lesson since 2015. They're always self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, the minute that Trump came down that escalator, most of the attacks were not coming from the left. Most of them were coming from the right. Okay. They self-sabotage at every single damn opportunity. Okay. And I've seen this when I was in college. They would do everything they could. First, they tried everything they do to sabotage Turning Point USA, the young Republican group, until they figured out, okay, well, we're going to have to work with these guys, and they just kind of let it go after that. But when it came to the Trump movement and MAGA and America First, especially America First in general, just America First as a name that Trump came up with. Okay, I'm not talking about the Nick Fuentes America First. I'm just talking about in general America First principles, putting this country first before other countries. That sort of thing gets derided as anti everything. Okay, and that's the thing. It's like, well, if we're putting America first, that means we need to start building our manufacturing base. We need to start building our infrastructure. We need to start taking care of our people first. Okay, an American who was born and raised here shouldn't have to worry about, well, now I have to get a 50-year death pledge for a house that probably not going to be able to afford. If they get sick, God forbid, they get $100,000 medical bill that will bankrupt them. On top of they can't even get away from the debt from student loans, which is a predatory loan. I mean, it fits every definition of what a predatory loan is. But you have the education industrial complex. I mean, look at this graph. Okay, apart from Walmart in Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana. I don't know about that, but okay. I mean, let's just take this graph for what it is. Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. All of them, the largest employer in all those states is Walmart. Okay? And then you have
that's true.
The rest of it. The rest of it is these public universities, higher education. So of course there is an education industrial complex that wants you to be indebted forever, and then they want you to be indebted and working at minimum wage forever, so you can be sick forever. You will owe nothing, and you will be happy. And if you're lucky, you can get your 50-year death pledge. Thank you, Mr. President. This is exactly the sort of stuff what you need. Yeah, put yourself on the face of probably one of the most at this point. I'm so glad that FDR's that his legacy is finally getting the actual critical look that it deserves, and he's probably in 50 years he'll probably be just right down there with Woodrow Wilson as one of the worst presidents of the United States. Okay, but come on, Trump. I mean, why would you want to put yourself next to FD frickin' R? Come on. As if the 30-year mortgage was fine and dandy and all. This is just, again, for the bankers. The bankers love this. You know who loves this? Mason home builders. There we go. That's who loves that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's really infuriating, honestly, guys. It's just like look, we just manufacturing and infrastructure building. That's how we fix the country. Apart from probably deporting 50 million, the very minimum. It's just, we got to start with that. We can't build. We're overloaded.
I could probably go on a 3-hour rant on just the financial side of why a 50-year mortgage is terrible, but just to go back on the political side, it's like if you go back and either read Trump's book back in the 80s or watch the interviews he had in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, he was saying the same thing then that he was talking about during his first and second terms. and then you realize, wait a minute, who is most of MAGA? Well, they used to be the Tea Party. Well, what happened to the Tea Party? Well, Republicans took them on, and as soon as they got in, they stuck a knife in their back because Republicans always, when they get into a political race, they take their mask off like a week before the election. And Democrats know you don't take your mask off until after the election. So
Yep.
they get, and then it's like they get in, and it's like, oh, they're being terrible, but the average person forgets about it because they put their masks back on just in time for the election season. So they get them to forget about it. Whereas Republicans, they'll stick a knife in anyone's back because you're not a true Republican, you're not true this, you're not true that, and then you realize, one, you're stupid. Two, you're either an enemy infiltrator or you are just a person I do not want to associate with. And you wonder why they keep losing.
Yeah. Yeah, the neocon wing needs to die. I mean, look, how many Republicans have they backstabbed in just like the last 50 years? I mean, you had Patrick Buchanan, you had Rand Paul. These would have been great Republican presidents. And they almost destroyed Trump. I mean, they did everything they could to prop up Jeb, to prop up Guacbol Jeb. Never forget that Jeb tried to sell a guac bowl for $45 on his website. Never forget that, by the way. But yeah, the neocon party of that of the Republicans is why I've never been. Any time as anybody's asking, is like, dude, why don't you just sign up for the Republican? I'm not because you guys will always backstab every single time. That is why I've always been NPA, and I'm never ever going to join the Republican Party until they get a handle of this. The Democrat Party has done. I'll say this: since Obama, they've done a fantastic job of making sure that everybody is lockstep in line with the party. Okay, if they kicked out Hillary in 2008, it was not her turn yet. It's Obama's turn. It's Obama's turn, and then her turn came in 2016 to the point that they made sure Bernie got in line. So I mean, yeah, the neocon party of the Republican Party needs to go.
You're forgetting this, Demetrius. The Democrats are all mad at each other because some of them had to cave in to end the government shutdown, and Schumer was not happy.
Yeah, they'll be mad, but the minute that they all have to vote in line, they will. They will toe the line. Anyway, all right. Let's.
Unfortunately, you're looking at more than half of Congress being over the age of 60, and even if we agree, they're all above average, so they're going to live to at least 85.
Oh, yep.
Congratulations! You either get to choose to spend your last 25 years in Congress having a miserable time at it, or you can retire and spend your last years enjoying yourself.
All stand for the national anthem of the U.S. Congress.
Wasting away again.
Oh my God.
Wasting away again at Margaritaville.
Oh man! You know what's the funny thing? Yeah, no song tends to get me copyright struck, except for that one. I can play like half a second of Margaritaville, and then YouTube will be like, "Oh, we found this content to be copyrighted restricted. What do you want to do?" And then I just have to mute it every single time. But whatever. I just, the minute it comes on, everybody just start laughing or saying something, so it throws off the AI whenever it finds it. But anyway, all right. Let's see what else we have to share. Darius, if you want to join in, come raise your hand and we can drop you in here, man. Alrighty, let's see what else we got over here. Here's a meme. I was sure if I parked on the crossing, he would stop. Sure, trains can stop on a dime.
Well,
Not mine.
I guess that, but
Well,
that's
that can buff out.
Oh
They'll
man.
buff out.
Well, here's the thing. Cars cannot
That
be
was my
repaired.
meme. That was my meme.
Trains still remain undefeated against the car. Still, that's undefeated.
Yep.
Even planes.
Oh,
Even planes.
Planes can easily tear apart.
Alrighty. But let's let me
short line news.
let me come back to this real quick of this this
You're
MTA meeting. By the way,
happened against Metrolink? A plane went on the tracks a couple years ago, got hit by a train.
And they're split apart.
Yeah, you can already tell that
thinking
this was an empty meeting. I can already tell just from the picture here. Notice this journalist, they couldn't even get like a real picture of like the entire meeting over here. It's just like, yeah, it's just one old like Puerto Rican guy that's just kind of sitting here. You can already tell he's got a Yankees cap on. I can smell the Yankee from here, man. I can smell it. I can smell the Boricua from here. Anyway, but you can tell. But anyway, it's probably a couple old old buddies. I said we don't want this. We don't want the train. We can't have it. It's going to affect property values. Which, by the way, on along Brightline, all the property values have gone up near Brightline. So that whole thing, that the lie that it was going to be loud, the lie that it was going to destroy property values. Lies and lies.
Because it goes against their narrative.
Wait a minute. It is loud. It's so loud that it's less noisy than the highway that's over on the other side of that embankment. That's twice as far away.
And they claim an interstate would make the property value go up. Actually, on the top of the interstate, to take a chill pill on the interstate, on how many interstates they're building. Like, calm down. You don't need that many useless interstates.
Well, technically, the interstate did bring their property values up, as long as they're not next to the interstate itself, but somewhat close to it. So you have to be at least half a mile away. But yes, your property value does go up due to the increased connectivity. But
yeah,
you get greater.
But you know what you get then? You get a lot of traffic.
True.
Everybody wants to go to that interstate.
Yeah.
But the more connectivity you get, the higher your property values go up. But when it comes to mass transit versus the highway, you get a greater increase in terms of property values from mass transit over just a regular highway.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot higher, closer to the mass transit stops.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm trying to find a news article that happened. This happened here in Indianapolis. Like a resident has been missing the wall, the partition for the highway on 465 has been broken down ever since a car or truck hit it years ago. And the state, city, county, everything is just refused. Like, oh well, you're gonna have to build your own. Like they basically told her, yeah, just build your own wall. And it's just been stuck there, and the noise is just unending. Imagine having to live with the endless drone of the highway on over and over again. The train is just zzz, and gone. And in fact, the train noises is honestly, it helps me to fall asleep at night because I live so close by the CSX.
I live right
it's nice.
by the train
It's a
track,
nice, soothing sound versus the. You might as well be listening to this.
That is what I hear.
There you go.
That sound.
That's all.
Well, if it's electrified train, the only thing you would be hearing are the wheels grinding against the rails. Which, if it's a high-speed train, you're hearing that for what, 2 to 10 seconds, depending on how fast it's going.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. But then again, you also have to think about
Chicago, it's a whole.
You also have to think about another thing. You got to think about freight trains. Those things might grind for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Especially,
I am all in favor of
a rail yard.
shrinking how long freight trains are.
Much shorter.
All right.
Yeah, they can be more frequent, but they're not.
We need to bring our freight
hours.
trains down because these things are getting miles apart, miles long.
Trains? Well, listen.
Also, Dimitri,
yeah, I'm gonna bring up. I know, David. I see the article, but let's. I have it up, but let's go ahead and go along the line here. Okay. Adam everywhere. Anything that you want to share?
Nothing in particular interest just yet. I'm still looking to see what's new or what's happening this week.
Alrighty, man.
But
Star Force.
Have changed yet.
Yeah. Following up from earlier, like, I feel like living off of a passenger train line is like exclusively passenger train line. I feel like is definitely like more. I feel like it's better than living off of a freight train line. In terms of noise
passenger train is
pollution.
still passenger trains and freight trains, they're going to use the same line.
Oh yeah.
Often. I mean, it
Especially where it
depends
depends if it's busy or
train
not as
line
busy.
it is. But if we're talking somewhere like Chicago, like you have the L, which is notorious for being noisy and going, right through people's
Yeah, let me get that clip on the
alleyways
Blues
and
Brothers. Hold on, because I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about
I
here.
think. I think I know. I think I know what that is.
Yep.
Wait, anybody see it?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Let me see. Let me see. Wait,
I
did
remember that scene.
you show it in the where is this? In the chat here?
Wait, what? I didn't see it. That.
What is it? You're listening to the meetings, right?
Hi.
Hello? Are you listening to the
Hello?
He is. Alrighty, anyway. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that scene. There we go. Here's the apartment scene. Let me see. There you go. So you guys can see. Yeah, look. Trains are going to have their fair share of noise, but nowhere near to what the constant drone of trains. Do I really have to have an ad?
Nintendo Switch 2?
I thought I was ad free. Come on, there you are.
My YouTube was ad free.
Well, it ain't
Most
much,
of the time.
but it's home.
There's no skipping ads.
So often you won't even notice it.
Agree.
So often you won't even notice it. There you go. That was the scene. There we go. That's the infamous scene there. Dump trucker fell out of the
Yeah, I remember.
chat, but yeah, that's again. Yeah, that's
It's quite noisy.
one of the few. And maybe if you live in New
Pres-
York, yeah, sure. But that's it.
You got.
It's very few places where you hear that.
Yeah, you gotta think. How close are you to the tracks for this apartment? It must be feet away. You can really hear the bells shake.
Yeah, and now the apartments that they're building in some places are very soundproof with all the materials that they're putting in there. So I mean, that not too much to worry about. Alrighty. Who else wants to share something? Darius. There you are. Anything you want to share on your end, man? Darius, going once, going twice. Tell Dad I said hi.
Hey.
There you are.
Oh, are you on?
Button.
Just in time.
There you go. All right, what's up?
Still like everybody else, feeling the pain of it.
We're feeling the pain.
Yeah, we all feel the same way.
We just gotta take it day at a time, man. Day at a time. We'll get there. We'll
Save the pill. I hope it comes really soon.
Well, let's focus one thing at a time.
Oh man. Yeah, look, it's all we can do is just keep yourself healthy, keep yourself sane, keep yourself spiritually well. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but you just gotta take it day by day. Look, you guys have known the sort of stuff that I've gone through in my life, and like I'm still here. I'm still trucking. I'm like Aaron Yeager. I'm gonna keep taking a step until all my enemies are gone. That is me. I'm gonna just keep going. Yes. So that's what we all got to do here.
We all got to keep going. There's no stopping.
Yep, no stopping this train. Where's wait, hold on. I got a sound. Wait, where is it? There
ain't no stopping.
I thought I had it here. Dang it. Oh man, I got to fix up my sound bar or waste mine here. I thought I had it here, but anyway, go ahead, guys. Oh wait, I found it.
Can't stop the train, baby.
There we go. Alrighty, what else we got to share? Oh yeah, David. Yeah, you had an article over here. Okay. The short line Prince here has put in another short line article. Tariffs hit the BC short line. A short line in British Columbia that depends on wood products is suffering due to the ongoing trade war between the United States and Canada. Now it's leading to the cancellation of popular holiday excursions. Oh, it sucks, but hey, at least it's in Canada. We don't. Sorry, Canada, but oh well. Sorry, Canada, but America first. America first. Okay.
I know we're all America first on the whole tariff thing, but I think you're going a little too harsh on it.
I get it. I get it.
The
Look,
World Series was just the icing on the cake.
look, and this is look. If we,
Of course.
I know, but we have to have our own short lines over here. We have to have our own wood production because we have so much so many forests and everything that we can be able to access and anything that sort of stuff. I mean, let's not destroy all our natural habitat, but let's at least use some of the stuff that we got. But it's look. It honestly, maybe there are some things that maybe on the tariffs. Look, again, I agree with the spirit of the tariffs. I don't agree with the way that it is being done. You cannot go ahead and just start tariffing every sort of raw production and material that we don't have an answer for in this country. We don't have this country has, like I said before, we have basically outsourced most of it, including a lot of the wood that we use for most of our houses. I think it's upwards between 60 to 70% of the wood that we use for new construction here in the United States is sourced from Canada. So it's like, that just exacerbates the home pricing here. And then you have 50-year death pledges. We have little known fact. Okay, so anybody, if you want to go ahead and be that guy at your Thanksgiving Day dinner, just say, hey, did you know that mortgage actually means death pledge? Be that guy. Be that guy at your Thanksgiving.
Did you know mortgage means death pledge? Yeah, sure. You're gonna have a long conversation.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So our railroad thrives on the export of wood products from Canada to the U.S., and the ongoing trade war between the U.S. and Canada is placing wood products on the front lines. As volume of wood product exports to the U.S. decline and overall freight volume decreases, we are taking necessary cost savings measures to ensure our railroad can weather through challenging times. While we had generous support from local business for many years to help offset the cost of insurance for our community train rides, the additional costs we incur to operate each train are beyond our budget for this year. Well, that does suck. I mean, that does suck, but I mean, yeah, this is it sucks. I wish these guys had some other way about it to have their holiday train, but yeah, it's not all fun and rosy. But I mean, at least not our problem. It's Canada's problem. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, it sucks, but you're Canada, so it sucks already to begin with. Sorry.
It sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Thank you, Minor Tree. That was something my karate sensei always said. It's like if we lost in a tournament or something like that, it's like, oh, you lost, oh, sucks to suck, and then we get better the next time. That's what it is. You lost, sucks to suck, get better.
Also, we got to.
Yeah, this is the part where you pull out the world's smallest violin and play him the world's saddest song.
Let me see. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Let me see. World's smallest violin. Let me see if I can find that. There's in the library here of hold on. Maybe that's it. There we go. There you go. Sorry, British Columbia. We're sorry about that, but hey, sorry. It's gotta happen, America first, baby. Anyway,
We are going to build a wall, and the wall is going to be greater than the Great Wall of China.
okay. Hey, look, we wouldn't have to worry about building or getting wood if we can be able to if we can make houses here. Hold on, where is it? If we can factory build houses here, we don't have to worry too much about wood. I mean, yeah, there's probably some wood products used there, and wood pulp and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, hey, we can. Why not? Why not steel, rebar, and concrete? That's a lot of the houses in Florida are mainly made out of that. And they're the house that we have there in Florida, built in 1954. It's weathered through Andrew. It's weathered through Katrina. It's weathered through Wilma. It's gonna be there for another 100 years, God willing. If it stays there, it will last through whatever the hell you throw at it. Hope God willing it keeps standing there. So yeah, we can build homes out of that.
Yeah, it'll last, but then it gets flooded out. At which time the Gators make it their home.
Yeah, we can deal with the Gators.
You have Florida Man come out there to deal with it.
You can have the Gators. They make great jerky. By the way, if you guys have ever been to Florida and had Gator jerky, I recommend it. Have Gator jerky.
Oh my God, we have that here in South Carolina too.
Oh, nice.
I'll also bring Dimitri. I'm also going to bring up that toy trains back then were way better than they are now. Like, look at the meme.
Boy, let's see. Here we go. Let me see if I wait. Why is the let me fix the. There we go. Alrighty. Darn it! Come on, get fixed. All right, there we go. So glad I grew up with this, not this. What intonation is that?
The more questions you ask, the worse it gets.
I mean,
Good point.
Ugh.
this is like a Thomas ripoff of like Hitachi or something like that on
British
there, and then
Rail
there you go. And we have the Flying Scotsman
and a
over here.
British Chain.
Yeah, I'm already trying to get for my son. I'm already trying to get like some toy stuff. Mother-in-law already got that little plushy Thomas there, so that's something. We're raising him right. We're raising him right. I mean, we're two.
Don't forget about the track,
me and the wife
master.
are both rail fans, so the son is going to be too. Yeah, and I'm just trying to see if I can get some like old school like Thomas stuff as well, and maybe I already have the little N gauge Shinkansen that we got gifted over here, so maybe some more. We'll get some more stuff.
Dimitri, don't forget about the Trackmaster train sets for Thomas for him when he get old enough.
Yeah, definitely thinking about that. Let me read through the YouTube comments over here. Pan Am Railways got to sell to CSX. Let's see if that ever happens. Most model trains are made outside of the USA nowadays. Yeah, we used to have American-made trains, train sets here. I mean, Lionel trains used to be all made in the United States, and now, I mean, if you compare an old Lionel train set to the new ones, it is a night and day difference. Like the new ones are just awful.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Oh my god, yeah.
They have quality
The new ones, the
control
plastic
issues.
ones, they do not last.
No,
they break within about 1 or 2 years.
They're made out of like the crappiest plastic ever. Like they creak every time you touch them. I mean, like the old school Lionel, like HO scale sort of stuff. I mean that was a brick. I mean, if that thing you hit a kid with it, they're going to the hospital for a concussion. Then that thing would still keep on going. And then the detail,
I grew up playing with
amount of
Tonka
detail.
toys that were made out of metal, and those things are probably still around today.
Yeah, it's we got to be about quality over quantity. That has to be the thing here in the United States. We have to be. That's how we went. Look, we're not going to outproduce China, but we can be quality over quantity. We can definitely do that.
Yep.
We know how to make quality trains.
But here's the problem: most companies don't want quality; they want quantity.
Yep, that's the problem. We just got
The product is high in demand.
Death to the non-believers.
Can I talk?
Okay, we do have manufacturing.
Look,
Hold on.
We do. All right, David, what's up? What's up, David?
Talk about this?
Go ahead. Okay, David, go ahead.
All right. For me, like, I have some in-scale model trains that I always buy from model trains. So, like, my train an in-scale model railroaded. Like, I like my industrial sort lines that I'm able to switch out with customers. But my thing is that I always buy, like, in-scale. Like, the only good trains right now that you can buy that are pretty good that are model trains are in-scale. And
No one
scale
buys
train in
in-scale.
HO and Aurora.
Yeah, most of the N scale stuff is made in Japan. Hence, look, quality over quantity. Japan has got that set down. But yeah, like a lot of the Kato train sets, fantastic. I mean, I have the E6 Shinkansen N scale train. I mean, the lights come on and everything. You can see the inside, and it's like for something that's small. Okay, and it's quality made and everything. Even the tracks, you can see all the little fine little gravel details and everything on that. Like the attention to detail is superb. Okay, the how it's made and everything else, it's a fantastic thing. And like N scale is the way to go if you want to build. Not only that, it takes a lot less space. And honestly, with the way things are going in the housing market right now, I mean, you're gonna have to make the best with it. I mean, I'm not saying go to T scale, but I mean, it's just at this point, it's
There's a reason why I'm not really gonna get into HO scale. I might collect them, but I'm not going to build one.
You don't have a train set?
Well, I also
don't have room for a train set in my house, bro.
Train too. I got both.
Yeah,
I bought some from the
Hold on.
Illinois
Speaking of, if you're into model railroads and into PC building, this is something that popped up in the last couple of weeks that I saw. If you guys want to see, a T-scale train on top of a GPU. There you go. Yeah, I'll put it in the. I gotta find the video though, because that's actually pretty cool. If I can, let me see. Tiny train graphics card. Let me
Also,
see. Yeah, there it is. Here's the
Gun
video.
Trucker, Gun Trucker to meet Gun Trucker.
Yeah, I saw the link.
For you, do you mean want to tell him what I shared with you a couple of days ago earlier?
Yeah, he shared me a link
Dimitri,
for
have you ever
HL
heard
VR
of
game.
Roll and Line?
Have I ever
Roll
heard
Line,
of what?
Like,
It's a VR game for model rare.
it's a VR game, but
Roll
you
and
can play
Line.
it on your PC.
Oh, yeah, I
And
briefly heard of it. Yeah, but what about it? Like, I'm
I've
not
played
too
it
familiar,
before.
but I've heard of it in
Actually,
passing.
It's pretty fun. And
Well,
people
they
pretty much,
did brought multiplayer.
it's pretty much the
They
modern
did
day
added
version of
multiplayer yesterday.
it's the modern day version of layouts of a model layout. It's just
All right,
virtual.
Dimitri, I did send the link in live chat. I just sent it in live chat.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that for rolling line. Here we go.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Here, so you guys, if you don't know, yeah, I don't have a VR set for PC. I only have the PS4 VR. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can get it to work for
Dude,
PC.
you gotta
but...
get.
Oh, you don't need VR.
Do me a favor. Get the standard VR set. You can buy it at Best Buy, and it's so worth the money.
Yeah.
You
There
can
you-
get games like Beat Saber. You can get. I've got Beat Saber, Recplex. I think it's no, that's not Recplex. I forget what that thing.
The game probably the funnest game for me that I played on PS4 VR was Super Hot. I would like after my workout, I would like do that for like actual like cardio and stuff like that. It kills your core, man. For Super Hot, I mean that is especially like the modes where you have to like get as high of a score as much as you can without dying.
Oh, come on, you don't have like college football.
Oh my God, Alan! Everywhere I used to have that one train set.
Oh, the college football player in my family is my wife. She loves NCAA. Yeah, she's playing the crap out of that right now. But
there's one of the good college out there.
Yeah, this looks fun. Hey, if you guys don't have any room at all whatsoever for a model train set, there you go. You can make one in VR on Steam.
Animation?
Steam keeps on winning.
Yep.
We may have to try that. I know.
I'm a part of.
Okay, then I'll have to join the Discord. I know I've been teasing for years about streaming video games on the channel, but this may be one, especially with the holidays coming up. I'll probably have some more time to go and be able to do that. I don't know if the PC is going to be able to do it. I mean, it's still one of these. Hey, it still says VR ready, but I mean, look, if it's something from Steam, and this doesn't seem too graphics intensive, so I'm pretty sure. It's got a 1060. I'm pretty sure it should be able to hold it. What's the minimum? It should be able to do it. I mean, this thing was barely doing Tarkov, so I mean, if it can kind of get through Tarkov on low to medium settings, I'm pretty sure it can play this.
You probably will have. Oh. If you're on a large layout,
by the way, if you guys enjoy your sanity, do not play Escape from Tarkov. Do not. You will be. That is a quick way to smashing stuff. Real quick.
Guys, once I get a PC or like a laptop, I am buying Roll and Line, and I'm going to try to live stream it. And we could do like a multiplayer thing because they did added multiplayer 2 days ago. Like they just added multiplayer to the game.
Oh, nice.
Game.
Yeah,
But
shit, we
also,
gotta try that.
Alan, everywhere that classic train set that you sent a screenshot of, I had that exact one when I was younger.
Okay, hold on.
I had
Classic
that one when I was younger, and my brother.
Okay, this does not look like the same.
Oh yeah, I used.
The second picture looks like a higher quality version. This one looks like something you get at the dollar store.
I had that set when I.
Say I could say it was high quality, it was not.
Yeah, I can guarantee that.
But the first one But that first one I had when I was a kid, and my brother, he wanted those football, baseball sport type of days,
Guys, I have enough hobbies as it is. Please don't. Let's not get into too many hobbies here.
It's all about the details.
True, but My brother destroyed it. But,
Ah,
I'm fine with that. He said,
Who destroys an engine?
but Karma got him.
Somebody's so expensive.
yeah, I'm gonna be like Bobby
I know.
Bacala
That
from
might
The
be all the way-
Sopranos with a whole garage full of model
Ugh.
trains. I'm not gonna spoil The Sopranos for you guys, but he was one of my favorite characters. I like Bobby.
Oh,
What is
y'all
no.
gonna like it. Y'all gonna like it.
Mike Tyson being that kid. Oh, wait. Speaking of, they're voting this
They were the
week.
perfect-
I think they're voting this week on doing that. I'm pretty sure. Look, it's going to be upwards of like 80 to 70% of the shareholders voting for that.
David, you've been banned from posting memes.
Let me
Take a good look at the screen. Take a good look at it. This is why we cannot have nice things for very long.
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Yeah. So the meetings. So speaking of Norfolk Southern and Union Pacific, the shareholders are having the vote this week on the 14th. Meetings will be held on the 14th on the merger agreement as outlined in the company's joint proxy statement and prospectus, according to a November 6th filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. I'm not going to get too much into this because I already had my share of rage from last stream. But yeah. And there's now three lawsuits challenging the proposed combination have been filed in New York Supreme Court. Welch versus Norfolk Southern was filed October 23rd. Scott versus Norfolk Southern Corporation was filed October 24th. And Siegel versus Dillon was filed October 26th. I'm not quite sure exactly who this are, but probably got to look those up to get some more information on that. But yeah, honestly, if I were a betting man, which I don't bet, but I'm pretty good at predicting things. I'm going to say this has probably a 90% chance of making it through. I mean, look, when you have Jim Venna, Union Pacific's CEO, in Donald Trump's ear, he's going to do it. And look, he donated for the East Wing ballroom. So, I mean... yeah, you gotta be nice to the donors. We aren't we the nice to the donors? We got to be nice to the donors. Especially my biggest donor. They will get all the missiles and they will come first. All the missiles and they can have all their 5 proxy wars and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, not to get too much into
the White House needed a ballroom for years, so.
Yeah, but you said 5 proxy wars with the amount of money they got given to them. They could probably argue for a 6th.
I mean, they can get there. They get there. I mean, they just fired I don't know how many missiles every morning into Lebanon. So I mean, it's like I don't know how much more we can get there.
Well,
hey, Brightline fan, how's it going?
2.0.
Brightline fan, you there?
I'm here.
All right, live from the Dominican Republic, we have Brightline fan. Brightline fan, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Is your president here? President of the American Air Club.
Oh man, that's crazy. Anyways, I just got back from just came back from camp a day ago. That's crazy.
Oh man, wait, what kind of camp was it?
Well, it was more like a campery of sorts.
Oh yeah. Heck, me and Genesis did a live stream yesterday. Speaking of that, Dimitri, if you did your live stream yesterday, we would have been talking about the Edmund Fitzgerald.
It was the 50-year anniversary was like a day or two ago.
Yeah, that is all over my timeline. That was like one of the first songs me and my wife listened to when we first got together was the Edmund Fitzgerald. In fact, that was like one of I bought like the beer, the Great Lakes Brewery beer. It was like a couple years ago. That is a good porter, by the way, the Edmund Fitzgerald. But yeah, we can play the song for a little bit if you don't get copyright struck. But you guys can play it on your own time. It's a good song. Look about it. Yeah, Gales of November, man. It's just look the Great Lakes. Honestly, when you get
Speaking
closer
of
into
that-
there, it becomes more like an ocean. Like it seems like when I visited them, it's like it's kind of weird because you're used to the ocean, especially growing up in Miami, and then you go to, let's say, Chicago or Milwaukee, and it's just kind of placid. You get there, but when you go into the Great Lakes themselves, I mean, this is why they're major shipping lanes. It can get really dicey, which is what happened to the Edmund Fitzgerald. So R.I.P. to the Edmund Fitzgerald and her crew. Yeah.
And the guy who sang the song, he is passed too.
Yeah, him too. Yeah. The sister ship is still
he passed
The
the
church
moving
that
along.
dings the bell for all the crew that died now added one more ring for the guy who sung the song. That's now 30 rings.
Let me see. Whoa, hold on. Okay. Oh, am I still there? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're
we can
still
hear you.
on.
Okay, OBS kind of crapped out here, so I don't know what just happened. Like I opened up one tab too much. One tab too much may have done it. I don't know. I'm still green over here, guys. I don't know if the stream is still on, but I hope it is. I do hope it is. Okay, yeah, I tried to open up Wikipedia, Edmund Fitzgerald, and it crapped out on me. Let's see if that gets up. There you go. All right, so here's the Wikipedia article. There you go. Port of Registry, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There you are. Great Lakes freighter that sank in Lake Superior during a storm on November the 10th yesterday. 1975 with the loss of an entire crew of 29 men. When launched on June 7th, 1958, it was the largest ship on North America's Great Lakes and remains the largest to have sunk there. It was located in deep water on November 14th, 1975 by a U.S. Navy aircraft detecting magnetic anomalies, and found soon afterwards to be in two large pieces. Yeah, that is nothing to Mother Nature is nothing to F with. But
Oh yeah, it was caused by a rogue wave. What happened was the ship got hit by a rogue wave, and because how long the ship was, the rogue wave sent the ship up like a spear, jamming it into the lake bed. When it hit the bottom of the lake bed, the hit was so hard it twisted it.
What happened is I saw that the waves were so rough that one part of the ship is in water where the front of it isn't, and they couldn't get out of that, and so the water just dragged it down into the ocean. The waves dragged it down to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. These were not. These ships didn't really have black boxes or anything like that you could recover and see, what happened or anything.
Edmund
Or was the last
built for
communications?
ocean. I know. Well, the Edmund Fitzgerald was built to go to the ocean. That thing about it is that it was made both for the lakes and the ocean, meaning you could take that ship out to sea.
There's a couple of hypotheses here on the cause of the sinking. There's waves and weather hypothesis. There's the rogue wave hypothesis, talking about the one that you're talking about, Dave, is the Three Sisters over here, which was like that spear sort of hitting wave, that cargo hold flooding hypothesis, the shoaling hypothesis, the structural failure hypothesis, which is a little strange, especially when the sister ship is still moving about. The topside damage hypothesis.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, it's
Well, thing is where the ship sunk is that, like, literally, you can stick the bottom of the ship if you actually did think about it. Where the front of the ship, if you flip it vertically and drop the ship into the water, like the top of the ship would be sticking out of water. Well, the bottom was touching the lake bed. That area was not too deep.
Yeah, and that's
the waves were too great for them to get the ship out of that, and so the waves brought it down.
Yep. Low waves.
Happens.
Also, we got 9 days before me and Fowler are heading to Savannah for our anniversary. 9
Nice,
days.
man.
We'll be taking Amtrak.
Enjoy that. Yeah, that's
Dimitri, we'll be taking Amtrak from Charleston to Savannah.
That's a good way to do it.
That's kind of short.
There you go.
That's within about 3 hours.
That's the way to do
Only
it.
an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I think
on Amtrak.
if I remember correctly, I think the Amtrak station in Savannah is pretty close to the city. I'm just trying to remember. I know I've passed
Well,
it
they
multiple
rebuilt
times.
the Amtrak station. The Amtrak station here in Charleston, they did rebuilt it about 5 years ago.
Let me see if I can build that
But
up
let
on
me
the
be
maps here.
honest. Let me be honest. Dayton in my town should have been in downtown Charleston and not North Charleston.
There you go.
Because one,
close by enough. There you go. There's downtown Savannah over here. But yeah, you guys are like 2 to 3 miles off from it, so you guys are not even a mile away from the city.
Now,
so
you think-
It comes downtown. It used to go downtown.
used to.
yep. Same here in Charleston. Like here at Dayton, the Charleston station is about a 10 mile from the station. You know, like for Charleston, our station is a little farther from our downtown than Savannah is. You know.
Trying to find a historic. I know I visited the historic train station here. They had like a Gone with the Wind exhibit and everything like that. Which that's Gone with the Wind is the best American movie made. I don't care. I will also die. I will die on that hill too. That is the best American film. Period. So anyway, I'm trying to remember where the heck it was. It's been such a long time since I've been to Savannah, but yeah, honestly it's a beautiful city, man. You definitely got to check it out. Have some pecan pie there when you get there. Yeah, definitely have some pecan pie. Have some peaches.
Dimitri,
enjoy it.
I'll probably have a chocolate pie. Mine a chocolate pie.
There you go.
The top one is Savannah River.
But Dimitri, I need to ask: have you ever been to my home city of Charleston?
I have that planned down. I have a potential work trip in the next 6 months that I have to go to Charleston at some point. Or let's put it, it's nearby Charleston. Really close to Charleston. So definitely will be going there. Yeah, Somerville. Yep, that's exactly where. So I'll have to get there at some point.
Let me know. Let me know, and we'll video blog together. And also, we can start our project because I got some new about the DRT. It's that it has been pushed back until late 2026 now.
Oh man, yeah, dude. Let's definitely do it. And I'll be guys. I've been thinking about this. I know we did this a couple of years ago, a meetup at the Brightline Station in Miami Central. So I'm gonna see if I can try to plan one this year so we can all meet up there for like an hour or two or something like that and just talk and have a good time and meet up. That should be fun. I'll get some more details and confirm if and when that's happening. But that's definitely something we want. We want to start doing some more IRL meetups. That's going to be the future of this. I know these streams definitely are continuing. That's without a doubt. Okay, that's kind of the core that's keeping this together now. But we do have to start expanding into IRL meetups and stuff. And we were doing that before. I mean, that's how we started, and then went from there. But yeah, I get it. And like my life's been kind of a mess, and I've kept it as much together as possible. And then we're still here. So yeah, we're doing the best we can, and we'll get to there where we can start doing more IRL meetups. Who knows? So. Definitely in the plans.
And Dimitri, let not forget, and I'm going to bring it up. We need to work on that, video project to update on your original video from What Happened to American Rail Class to Crap. We need to do an update on that.
We need to do an update on a whole lot of videos. We just need to start putting out videos. Period. It's just content. We need to start doing more content. I get it. The live streams are fun, but we gotta put out some more content to start reaching out there. All right, guys. Let's end this at 9:45. We've been having a good time here, but let's last 15 minutes. Let me just make sure we are still up on YouTube. Good. Okay. Let's see what else is going on YouTube.
That problem on my end.
Brian Rock Rail Fan is the class. Is the class one's going to get messed up? Yeah, they most certainly are. They've already been messed up. Let's be honest. The class ones are already messed up to begin with. It's just gonna get worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better. How worse?
That is true.
I mean, look, if this deal is going to get made, this is without 90% sure. this is going to be made. You can go take this and predict market. Is the UPNS merger going to happen? 90% this is going to happen. Now, what happens after that if CSX and BNSF do some sort of merger because they feel forced to? Probably gonna. That's definitely in there because
Penn Central 2.0.
Yeah.
Penn Central 2.0.
And who knows? Who knows? And then we'll have one class one running everything because at that point I don't know. It's not good.
Penn Central BNSF.
Did not.
I'm saying what separates the Penn Central from CSX and Norfolk Southern?
That would be
basic
bad.
operations.
Yeah.
It's basically the whole East Coast they're talking about.
Yeah, because and that's the thing. This is never. This is
a lot of lines.
It's unprecedented, and every time we've seen some sort of merger happen, time and time again, it has always been the same thing. The service disruptions go up. Precision scheduled railroading type of practices start to increase. Monopolization of rates. Also, you see rate increases. This just happens over and over and over again. This is the definition of insanity to keep doing this over and over again. And then you have unions like Smart TD thinking, they promised they're not going to do any layoffs, guys. They're being serious this time. Yeah, that happened the last 5-7 times there's been some sort of merger. There's always been some sort of layoff. How many times do you guys have to go through this? And then we have companies that literally hold the United States hostage. Like the airline companies during COVID. Remember that? They basically held the country for $50 billion and said, "We promise we're not going to lay them off. We're holding the whole country on. We promise. Give us the money. Give us the money. We're not going to lay them off. Thank you for the money." And they just laid off people. They did it anyway. They said, "Oh, we had to. Sorry." They flinched. That we couldn't afford it anymore. This is insane. This is insane, and we don't hold these companies accountable.
Also, we got some commuter rail news, which I just sent from North Carolina.
All right, commuter rail rules. Let's see the commuter rail news from Charlotte.
Wait, from Charlotte or the whole state?
Charlotte, West Carolina. I'm sorry, West Carolina. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dave. It's West Carolina. North Carolina is West Carolina. I was getting a reverse there because I was thinking the North Korea meme. That's why.
Washville.
There you are. Charlotte, North Carolina. Voters in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, approved a 1% sales tax increase to fund a transportation plan, including a commuter rail line. Now, we know every single time they do these sorts of half-penny taxes or commuter rail or sales tax increases, it never ends up doing really much of anything. But that the referendum approved by 52 to 48% margin. I mean, talking about a 4% gap there. That's barely it's
very close.
It's barely a majority, but okay. It's expected to raise more than $19 billion over 30 years. Okay, $19 billion that will probably be used to go ahead and keep the bus line up. Let me see where I've heard this story before with the half-penny tax down in Miami-Dade County. Oh, don't worry. We promise we're going to build more lines. We promise we're going to do it, and then they don't do it. And then they just spend the money on the buses.
It's true. And here's funny thing, Dimitri, I'm going to bring it up with my video project. Yes, I have pushed that off. I should be getting around to it soon, sometime around after December. But
there we are. Oh, and here's there we are. Here's the kicker here, guys. Here's what I'm going to be proven right. Look, you need buses. Yeah, sure. You need buses, but buses do not replace rail. Rail does not replace buses.
What they're building in Miami? They built
the stupid arch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some bus thing in Miami. It's seriously.
Okay, hold on. Wait. What exactly are you talking about building? Because there's just a lot of stupid stuff they're building in Miami right now.
They're building this light rail that's it's a bus line instead.
Is that? Are you talking about the Miami Beach BRT? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh man, hold on. Let me bring this up over here because this is a.
Like the problem is they're talking about Dimitri. The problem is
It already got built, but this thing is absolutely just stupid. This is just a stopgap band-aid that doesn't really fix much of anything. But anyway, you guys, I'm opening up too many tabs. This thing is starting to die on me. Going back to North Carolina though. The news site The Assembly reports the Red Line is expected to be the first project completed, but will take about 10 years, which means it's never going to happen. The most immediate impact. Why does it take 10 years to build a light rail line? The most immediate impact of the vote will likely be the expansion of the bus service with purchase of new buses, likely in 2027 or 2028. Okay, we know where that's going. We know exactly where that's going. And Brave Browser is about to die.
Yeah.
Death by too many tabs. You guys have done it.
Okay.
Oh, Dimitri.
Okay.
Dimitri, I want to bring it up. Like, can I speak real quick, Alan, everyone? Not trying to be mean, but
let me speak to the people, Piccolo.
Go ahead, man.
Let me bring it up. From downtown Toronto to downtown Somerville, where you're talking about going in 6 months, there is a train line, like it's owned by Norfolk Southern, but a rail line that goes right through middle of downtown Somerville, and it terminates right in downtown Charleston, right where Meeting Street and Market Street is, where we used to have our cruise ship terminal. Like that would have been perfect for a commuter rail line with the infrastructure. Just think about it. Like do DMU trains, like train with DMUs. You like what you see in Texas, like do you know with the DART and all that? Like have a system like that, going from downtown Toronto to downtown Somerville. And then a few years later, connected from downtown Charleston to Goose Creek, South Carolina, to West Ashley, and then West Ashley and part of Johns Island with light rail. Like literally, because Charleston is now getting big enough where we don't need light rail now. We need heavy commuter rail. Like we're at the point where we need both. Like the traffic is getting bad. Like they don't want to invest in proper transit. All they didn't want to do is invest in bad, like car infrastructure. And the thing is that we can solve that problem. Like we can solve it. Like
it's easy to solve.
Am I right?
Yeah, we just got to do it right. Okay, so this bus rapid transit. I'm sorry, I thought this was the one that they did for Miami Beach was a complete disaster. This is another one that they did, part of the SMART program, which has been going on forever. If you guys remember, we've talked about the SMART program a lot here on this channel. But this is the new BRT system that goes from South Miami to Florida City, which Florida City is like the last major place before you start going into the Keys. That's how all the way down Miami-Dade County it goes.
I thought Homestead's the last one.
Oh, Homestead is right north of that. Florida City is like the last one. Like Florida City's like the last stop before you start going on into the Keys, and then the next stop after that is to Key Largo. But anyway, yeah. Metro Express BRT connects multiple communities across South Dade, providing a faster and more efficient public transit option. This was supposed to be a thing in the original plan. This was supposed to be for the Metro Rail, which never got delivered on. The only expansion that the Metro Rail did was 30 years later, connecting 2.2 miles to the airport, and it took several $billion. It was $500 million per mile or something ridiculous like that. It was one of the most expensive projects. It's lackluster. I've been on it multiple times. I've been at that station multiple times. The station sucks. And that station was built to be a multimodal station, the MIC station. Miami Intermodal Center, whatever it was. They built that completely wrong. To this day, it was supposed to be an Amtrak station But they built the tracks too short to even house Amtrak trains because the Amtrak trains would then be overflowing into the crossings and hence be having the road closed for hours on end until they can get everybody settled onto the train. So it's an absolute disaster. Look, Miami, whenever they build stuff, it tends to be silly and just like stupid stuff just tends to happen. Or they build a stupid archway. Like that was the last thing I remember seeing when I was on the honeymoon, like going through Miami. As we stayed there for a night. But I'm looking at the stupid arch, like, what the hell is this? What are they building on Biscayne over here? It's the stupid arch that's all concrete. It's taken forever, I guess, to build, and they're finally completing it. It's stupid. It looks odd to the skyline. It's like this is this is gonna be the same stuff that we've seen in Miami over and over again. And then when there's a housing crisis, all those expensive condos that are immensely retardedly expensive. The only people that own them are the insanely rich or foreigners who can be able to afford it because they're using it to go ahead and launder money, by the way. And then another 2008 will happen, and then they'll be 80% empty. Great job. Great job. We'll be the same thing again, Miami. Good job. Good job. Instead of actually building stuff that, this is the problem. And then we're going to having more people from New York City. No, you guys have New York State. Go flood out into New York State. Beautiful this time of year. Go enjoy the new Buffalo Stadium. Go enjoy that. You won't get flooded with snow this time. They have it covered and they have it heated now. So go up to upstate New York. You can enjoy New York without Mom Donnie. There's a billion other places you can go to New York. Stop coming to Florida. Get out. Get out of Florida.
Yep.
Anyway. That was
If you're going to New York, by Florida, if you're going to Florida, please do not New York, my Florida. Thank you.
New Yorkers, get out!
Have to pull out your dead alligators.
Get him out!
Don't New York, my Florida. Thank you.
Oh man.
What's wrong with Florida drivers? Either they suck or they had no idea how driving works down there.
They do not know how to freaking drive down there. Trust me.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, these are people who haven't driven or their car has been parked in a parking garage in South Manhattan for like hundreds of years. And then they finally get to driving it down. They almost get into like 50 accidents driving south on I-95 to escape. Then buy up a property that's been already like on the market for 2 years, and then they pay like $200,000 over the asking price in cash, and then they start driving around, and then they'll crash into Brightline. Hopefully, maybe Brightline will come in and save the day for us and rid us of the plight of New Yorkers plaguing South Florida. Oh man! Speaking of, I don't know if you guys have seen this. We got to play the clip again. Play the Brightline clip again. Here we are.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
The rubber duckies was a nice touch. You gotta admit that the rubber duckies was a nice touch. I can't stand the duckies and the Jeeps. Is one of the worst flipping oh man. The Thomas meme, man. Why?
Play that again.
I think I remember that. Oh man. F for the browser now. It's alive. We're back at it again. But yeah. Oh man. Oh no. Worst Christmas gift. If anybody gets me that. If anybody dares gets me that. I'm coming to kill you. There you go. Do not. Oh man. Alrighty, we're 9:44, guys. One more minute. And last words. Last words before we go.
Yeah, I did put some Discord in there.
Did someone order a RC Jeep with a rubber ducky in it?
No ducks. No rubber duckies. Although, look, I do have a rubber ducky, but it's not on a Jeep. It's not on a Jeep. It's one of these surplus companies that likes to throw in rubber duckies or random shit into their box. But Pacific Northwest PNW Gorilla, if you want to sponsor us, go ahead and do that. But anyway, guys, alrighty. Last words before we go.
Dimitri, if you do a live stream next Thursday, I'll be on Amtrak tracks.
Do you want to try live streaming on Amtrak?
I'll be video blogging it.
All right.
Okay, that's good.
Well, let me know if you want to do that. I'll move it because it's probably going to be Tuesday. But if you want it, if you want to do it first Thursday, guys, we can do it Thursday so we can see David on Amtrak.
It's good because one thing is that the internet on Amtrak sucks.
Yeah, it still sucks.
So I will be
20 years later, the internet on Amtrak is still garbage. That's something that needs to happen.
I won't be live. So I won't be live streaming, but I will be video blogging. Like, guys, I will be video blogging, not live streaming, because one, it'll be easier to live stream on Amtrak, or not Amtrak, but video blog on Amtrak than live stream. Plus, I let a video blog instead of live stream because I'm probably going to get a ton of people butt hurt if I live stream, you know?
All right, well, we'll keep an eye out on that, David. Give a link to me. If we're doing anything Thursday, I may just put it out there. But all right, guys, we're at 9:46.
But I'm looking forward to.
We're a minute out of the station. We have to be Japanese punctuality over here. So we're already bowing and apologizing profusely for being a minute late to end this stream, guys. But thank you so much on this blessed Veterans Day, November 11th, 2025, for joining us on the American Rail Club Lounge. We hope you all enjoyed it. And make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Make sure you are subscribed and the bell is rung, so whenever I actually can do a video, you'll be the first to see it. So thank you all for coming on board. The train has come to the station. We are here. We're here. Where's the Thomas horn? There we go. Alrighty. Thank you all for riding on board on this episode of the American Rail Club. We will see you all next time. Godspeed.
Next time.
Godspeed.
Good night.
Have a nice night, everyone.